Hi, my name is Karen Reed. Since working with 7 Point Nutrition, I've lost just over 21 pounds in 9 months. So before working with 7 Point Nutrition, I hated how I looked physically. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression. I didn't like seeing myself in the mirror to the point where I would take showers in the dark at night because I didn't love what I saw, but I also didn't know where to start. With all the stuff that you see on the internet, it's all so different, and all these guarantees that I felt were so fake. There just wasn't anything to give me any sort of direction on how to make progress and to change myself. I just knew that I needed some guidance and direction, but I also knew that nutritionists out there weren't all created equal at the same time. I started working with 7 Point Nutrition originally because Jeff was helping my daughter with body dysmorphia and an eating disorder. She weighed like 105 pounds and she never ate. And then once she finished her journey with him and he was able to teach her that food wasn't the enemy, that she can consume 2,200 calories a day without gaining a pound. That's the reason I started with him, is once he finished his program with her, I was like, well, can I take her spot? One thing that I've been amazed by with working with 7 Point Nutrition is they don't just focus on fat loss. They can change your relationship with food and teach you that it's not the enemy and that calories, carbs, and fats are not the enemy. So before starting with 7 Point Nutrition, I hated looking at myself in the mirror. A constant fear that I always had and continually lived with was coping with my day-to-day struggles. I dealt with a lot of anxiety and depression. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed since working with 7 Point Nutrition and putting myself first and getting myself healthy and doing something, particularly for me when as a mom, you're giving so much constantly all the time that I feel like we forget to take care of ourselves. I was going to therapy almost every week, and it's to the point now where I'm on an as-needed basis, and it's due to 7 Point Nutrition. I am able to cope with my daily struggles and stressors because the first thing I do every day is take care of myself and go to the gym and put myself first. I knew I wanted to be stronger. I knew I wanted to look good in a swimsuit because most women do. I don't have that confidence to be larger and feel confident in that large body. I just went to Hawaii. We travel with a group of friends every 3 years. It's my husband's high school friends. And there was one girl that I haven't seen in 3 years. And she saw me at this trip. And no lie, the change that she saw in me from the last time we went on our trip to this trip, she is now signed up with Jeff and working with him because she saw the transformation in my body. And I am not like this amazing thing like that just like strolls on the beach, but I actually can wear a swimsuit and just like not be like, okay, are my legs shaking too much? Is my stomach just looking gross? Is my bum huge? The result since starting with 7 Point Nutrition has been huge. I like working out. I like seeing myself in the mirror, and mostly it's due to the fact that I'm proud of myself and my hard work. With the 22 pounds that I've lost, I've actually done it without the help of GLP-1s. I have had a really hard time seeing things on social media and the internet where women choose to say, I'm going to stay on this forever. And for me, I struggled with that. I'm like, why do I want to be on something for the rest of my life when I have the potential to learn to do it on my own and sustain it on my own? Now, I'm not saying that over time, it's not a bad thing to choose to do that if, like, under the right direction, you do it because you're doing it in a healthy way. But 7 Point Nutrition won't even consider that until you can show them that you can sustain your health and wellness on your own before they give you that kickstart. But for me, I was making progress every week because Jeff figured out what was wrong with my body mentally and physically. And so clear up until now, I've been able to have progress every week, whether it was losing fat or gaining muscle. Money is a constant stressor for me in my life. I have a hard time spending it when I know that there's no guarantees. And what was able to throw me in the thick of using 7 Point Nutrition is because I saw what they did for my daughter and her anorexia and her body dysmorphia, showing her that food is not the enemy, showing her that starving herself actually isn't going to give you those six-pack abs, that actually feeding yourself and giving you the proper nutrients, that's what's going to provide your six-pack abs. And once my daughter finished that process, I was like, this is legit. Like, he cared about my daughter. He checked in with her weekly. Everything that I saw in that process with her is what convinced me to be like, I'm all in. This business is the real deal. I feel like other nutritionists don't educate you the way that 7 Point Nutrition educates you. They don't take a good hard look at your blood work. My daughter went to a general practitioner and got blood work done because I had no idea what was wrong with her. And she said her blood work was fine. Whereas I took her blood work to Jeff. He got it redone. It matched the general practitioner's blood work. And he's like, she's borderline autoimmune. Like, she is so close to being autoimmune. Whereas my general practitioner told me that she was just fine. And almost was like, okay, these people actually take the time to look more in depth in what is going wrong with these numbers. It like almost infuriated me that I had to go this far for, someone to have to tell me that. But I mean, he taught her how to control it as well. He taught her how to balance and control her autoimmune dysfunction. And if she controls it, she's actually just a normal everyday kid that can pretty much eat whatever she wants. The investment at 7 Point Nutrition has been 100% worth it. Seeing nutritionists can seem pricey, and I feel like that's actually super intimidating. But I think looking at it from a long-term perspective, you're not paying that price forever. And in reality, you can't put a price on time and how you feel. And whether you're there for 6 months, a year, 2 years, or you stay with them longer, just as like sustainability, if you project 10 years out, hopefully you're not using them. Not that I don't want to not promote them, but hopefully you're not using them and you're eating healthy and you're strong and happy, and that combines with mental health and wellness. You're not walking around sad, hating yourself and hating your body. I got to the point where I asked myself, I can't do this for free. I can't figure this out on my own. I need help, and I need to be willing to spend the money for myself, for my health, my wellness, my mental health. And what's the cost of hating myself for the next 10, 20, 30 years and not being able to do things, not being able to go on hikes, not being able to run, not being able to go up the stairs without getting out of breath? You can't put a price tag on that. And it's so temporary. I think that's the huge thing to keep in mind is they are worth spending a little bit extra when they are so much better than everybody else. It's a temporary cost for long-term happiness and success. You have to look at the bigger picture of this and just be like, it's 100% worth it. If you're hesitant, skeptical, or on the fence in working with 7 Point Nutrition, just do it. You will not regret it. If you follow the system and put in the work, it's easier than any other program out there. The one thing that is incredible is I am in the best shape of my life. I am stronger than I ever have been. It's crazy what I can do at the gym now. And I'm not squishy. It just feels good. Like my body feels good. But I just needed the help because I've told Jeff over and over, most people can't do this alone. Bottom line. Like, you can watch all the YouTube videos, all the influencers, and have them say, this works for me. You can have it done in 6 weeks. And it's all just a marketing scam for people to sign up. Whereas these guys just gave me something that I thought I could never do on my own. This has been one of the best decisions of my life.